Welcome back to the fourth and final video of the box opening series of our journey into Uprising? Rising of Ups? No, down. She should go up or down. So folks, my name is Rudy, you're watching the Timmy's Emporium, and Jeremy over here says, Rudy, I can do it, I can go in. I said, well, as we've had an interesting experience, which is the consensus of right now, from hundreds of patron messages, the box openings, is people think Uprising is like 10 times better than essentially Everfest, slightly better than actual Tails, and many people said it's a, wow, deja vu, right? Oh, yellow pitch and blue, boop, foil rare. So the overall attitude is people think it's the best set we've had. Many people, I've had many patrons say it's the best set, they think it's the best set we've cracked or experienced since either Crucible or Arcane. I mean, nobody's saying this set is nowhere near as good as, like, I don't know, Everfest or something. It's just not happening. People are really happy with the product. And it's kind of interesting because I talked with LSS and I saw some messages come through. And even James made a comment about, he's like, Rudy, even the sales volume in data on TCG Player is not reflective of the sales volume in data that's actually happening at the LGS and actually happening with actual demand. A lot of the Flesh and Blood data, a lot of the Flesh and Blood data is not coming through and it's not showing online. God, that looks nice. Look at that cold foil Phoenix Flame. And again, this is a Marvel, which apparently is nowhere near as rare as everybody expected. And, oh, there's no back. I kept thinking, Phoenix Flame Marvel. Wow. Holy smokes, that's pretty flippin' beautiful. Jeez, that's a nice looking. God. I agree, though. I mean, personally, I think this is the most... Ooh, our first Majestic of the video. This has got to be the most beautiful Flesh and Blood set, in my opinion, since probably Tails. Tails with the nature and the blues and the greens was just a beautiful product. But this is giving a pretty good run for the money. Obviously, the Monarch and everything was a very, cold, and Angels versus Deep. Wow, really? Holy smokes, are you serious right now? Within 3 packs, that's 2 cold foil Marvels. Invoke the D. There he is, folks. Holy crap. Will leave you turned over. Well, Jeremy, you're a couple packs in. Again, I'm not sure the financial value, but holy smokes, that's the first time I've seen 2 cold foil Marvels back to back in the same box like that. That's quite interesting. I didn't even know that was actually possible. So, yeah. You have 2 Marvels in half of a box. Okay. That's, interesting, to say the least. Hey, good old Rewind. I believe this is the card that you can get that's actually backwards. I haven't seen it, but I saw that online. I haven't seen it in person. I heard people talking about it online. That Rewind, you can actually get a weird alt art variant. That's apparently very, very tough to get. That's actually worth quite a bit of money if you can actually find it. Foil Common Oasis Respite. I don't know why, but this reminds you of Star Wars artwork. Like out in the anyways, I don't know why. That's what it just reminds me of. Anyway, so yeah, as far as sealed boxes go, market's very stable at $80 a box right now. Looks like the downward pressure has been relieved, and it looks like the volume is stable. It's not as much as I'd still like to see on eBay, TCG Player. According to the company and according to everybody involved, the sales flow through in the day, hey, extended art there, nice little inflame. There's another hit. Is not reflective. There's a lot more volume and activity happening that's not reflective online. It's a lot more of an in-person economy. So that's an interesting concept. Spreading Flames, Mythic number 3. So I have no way to verify either way, but that is quite interesting. And again, I don't know why they would lie about it, but I think that's an interesting comment about the demand and how much the product is selling. And like I said, I always just base everything, because that's what I've always done with everything from Magic to Pokemon to, I always just look online of how many are flowing through, and I kind of just keep an eye on the overall market. Wow, 4th Majestic already. And of course, a gorgeous Critical Strike. Every time I see the word like Critical Hit or Critical Strike, I always think of like Path of Exile Diablo. I'm sorry, I always think anything to do with like Critical Hit chance, crit damage. I always think of those games, man. Invoke the T, and he is just a regular regular flip card there. Still can't believe we had 2 Marvels in one box. I didn't even know that was possible. Jeez. Anyway, so it just, I don't know. It makes you wonder how all this is really going to unfold here. We got a foil common and nothing hiding in the back. Because it seems like right now, single cards are still struggling online, but box prices remain stable. And I don't know if that's because, that Thaw artwork, man. Look at that artwork on Thaw. Jeez. Hey, our foil Majestic Combustion Point. That's our first foil Majestic of the video. It's amazing to me that, like, foil Majestics feel more rare than, like, Marvel cards. Like, to me, that's a really strange concept to me. Like, that just seems... I thought Marvels were going to be, like, one in every, like, 60 boxes and, like, a Fabled. Obviously, the Fabled is still incredibly difficult to get. I don't know. Some people are claiming the Cold Foil Fable and Cold Foil Legendaries are even harder to get than they previously were. So, I guess only time will tell based on how many's actually on the market. But as of right now, I guess I thought for sure Marvels were going to be really tough to get. Or at least maybe specific. Maybe like the Majestic Marvel versus like, or not Majestic Marvel. Maybe just certain versions are easier. I don't know. The certain variants are easier to get. I'm not sure. I can't really tell on that. That's kind of a, I think it's a little too soon to tell. Because we've only had wave 1 of Flesh and Blood flow through the market. And it's very difficult to see, Healing Balm, how that's going to go through until everything's kind of, the dust settles. What, release plus 90 days or something. And just so everybody knows, wave 2 is supposed to be here probably within a week or so. I mean, we're getting very close to wave 2, folks. And last pack of box 1. Jeremy, to me, it doesn't seem like you can get much of a better box. Majestic Fog down over here with a cold foil, just a regular common, but you got 2 foil, like, Marvels. I don't even understand how that, like, you got 2 cold foil Marvels in one box. And you still got an extended art. And you still got a foil Majestic. Like, I don't know, maybe if you got a backwards rewind or something. I mean, I don't even know how you can really get a better box than that besides hitting, what, a Fabled or something? That seems like a pretty top-notch box, man. Sigil. All right, box 2 starting off with a trade-in. Let's move these commons over so Rudy's hairy arm does not just completely destroy it. So, anyways, feedback still remains extremely positive. The people who bought the product and opened and actually played it, Tome of Fire. God, that looks so cool, man. Any book-related stuff, I always have a weakness for that. I always think any form of books or tomes and stuff is always kind of my thing. I always thought that was a good piece of item or artifact to put into any game or any video game or CCG. It has a good feeling to it. It's got a good vibe. I think it just goes well. That's always been my opinion. But anyways, everyone's just been very positive on Uprising. I think I've been the only one. Frost X, nice little Majestic. I think I've been the only one bitching and complaining about the secondary market on TCG Player and eBay. And everybody else is like, Rudy, the product's just great. There's been no complaints. All I do is get people asking, when's Wave 2 going to be here? When can I buy more? But at the same time, you know, I guess I don't know, I guess I was just so spoiled at the beginning about the demand in the secondary market and everything. And beautiful foil common. It's very difficult for me to accept that the sales volume online and just the pricing of a new booster box of Flesh and Blood at $79 is normal. And I guess that's just where it's supposed to be. It's just tough for me to, you know, wrap my brain around that because I just have such a passion for it. And I mean, I just see these cards and how they look. And I just, you know, a part of me just doesn't understand how some of this stuff can be so cheap. Look at these Marvels. You know, I mean, it's just... I guess I just need to... Oh, look at that. I mean, look at the Frightmare card, man. Look at that card. It's flipping crazy, dude. So, and like I said, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm expecting too much or unrealistic expectations for this nasty bear market. You know, I mean, the markets are just so brutal. Maybe it's me and just, you know, I should just be happy with where it is. I mean, this is the 7th Flesh and Blood set. And my goodness. And every time I see a piece of equipment that's foil... And those stilettos, man, always gets me, man. Always gets me. Yeah, but this is the 7th. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 7th Flesh and Blood set. Like, I feel like it was yesterday when we started all this stuff, man. 7 sets, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I remember first discussing this thing in the launch, I think it was 2018. Fog down. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, Rainbow Foil Legendary. Good old Wizard Alluvian, I think it's pronounced. Castellus? Man, that is... I would love to see that in cold foil. Holy smokes, in cold foil, that would be nuts. So, and I'm assuming the Rainbow Foil Legendary, just like the Rainbow Foil Fabled, is probably a lot easier to pull than a Cold Foil Legendary or a Cold Foil version of the Fabled. I would assume the foiling version is obviously very different, because I have not seen or really heard of many people pulling the Cold Foil Legendaries and Fabled. I see a lot of people, and that's the set, by the way, like I said, we had another patron get the Rainbow Foil Legendary also. But I have not been seeing a lot of people pull actual, cold foil versions of things, which tells me that, yeah, I guess some of the things are still very, very, very tough to get. So, I don't know. Only time will tell, everybody. And the market will reflect kind of the pricing and, if it's up or down, or if it's too high or low. It should kind of reflect that. Ice Bolt for the foil common, and nothing there. Are we? Okay, so the first box, and again, this is from the same case, but the first box was, always gets me when a card in a set has the name on the card, which is the set name. Uprising. It just always kind of gets me, folks. So anyways, box 2, we have 0 cold foils compared to the first one. So that's an interesting change there. Hey, there's our one and only, taking the tempo. Nice little Ninja Foil Majestic. Those Foil Majestics, man, you do not... golly, look at the difference in the Phoenix. Sorry, I was just looking at that. Look at the difference. Look at the difference on the card on that. Like, you look at the cold foil version of that. You look at the regular. That's not even a subtle difference, man. That's a massive difference. Anyway, I forget what I was talking about now. Crap. Oh well. I guess we're about towards the end here anyway. Let's see if we get something to close, everybody. And oh yeah. So the first box we got 2 cold foils, and I don't understand. So on the end, on box 2 we get 0 cold foils. Like what? Like it's a little okay. It's a little strange if you ask me, everybody. Freezing point. And come in here. Are we... Wow, really? Are we going to have no cold foils in box 2? We may have no cold foils in box 2. That's flipping crazy. Okay. And cold foil common. Oh, man, really? Yeah, maybe I missed it actually authentically. Legitimately actually missed it for the first time. Maybe I actually missed it. Because I thought, no, I guess we didn't. Anyways, folks, Jeremy, box 1, you had these double marvels. Box 2, you didn't. Well, you did get a legendary, though, in box 2. I guess I really can't. And you still had your foil majestic, 1 per box. But anyways, that's all I really have to say, folks, is just the market's just being funky. And I know we're in this nasty, cruel summer of 2022. And I know the bear market has just been annihilating sealed box prices of almost every recent Magic set. The MetaZoo sets, the Flesh and Blood sets. Pokemon sets are the only thing in general that seem to be having stronger sales volume and a little bit more stability. Now, on a percentage scale, it could be pretty similar, but it just feels like the volume is still there with Pokemon. But, everything else has still just been dripping lower. It's just been a brutal market, man. Jesus, dude. But again, look at everything. We had 2020, and then 2021 inflation and everything went crazy. Now, 2022, now we've got all this out-of-control economic things and bear market. It's just been a turbulent couple years, folks. The whole thing. It's been a wild ride, everybody, but still love Flesh and Blood. Still love the company. I still think they're making an absolutely beautiful product. Still proud to be a part of it. It is a frustrating thing at times. Because, a lot of this has nothing to do with Flesh and Blood. Our people would argue, well, no, Rudy, it does. It's print run related. I get messages like that all the time from patrons all over the place. But, the market's not friendly right now. And it is what it is to anybody. So, but anyways, thanks for watching, folks. It is a beautiful world out there. And I still think this is an absolutely stunningly beautiful card game. And it's just, God, 7 sets already. Man, time flies, folks.